Hello and welcome to Veduta of Day 2. I'm Tom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. And this is the last of the Way Mask pins that I still currently have in my possession. Because what I want to talk about today is Cedar Rapids Comic Con and what happened. So a little bit before the show, I talked about how I was wrapping up work on these awesome 3D printed mask pins. This one actually was not for sale. This one was gifted to me by my buddy Jet, who has the 3D printer, who designed and helped make all of the mask pins that I sold at the show. But yeah, I sold all of them. I sold all the ones that I had to sell. But this was the one that he had made that is sort of like a compilation piece. So it's the Way Mask, and then it's got kind of the steampunk goggles, which is in reference to his comic Dreamer's Echo, which is also online, and you should read it, and you can buy it in print, and you should check it out. I'll put links down below to all that. So I'm really happy that the pins were a great success. They sold really well, and thinking about getting more made, and just sort of like the time and effort and energy that goes into them. I mean, it was good. Like, it's a solid seller. It's something that doesn't take me too much effort to get ready for sale, and people really responded well to them. You know, it's something that I used to make t-shirts. I still make t-shirts, but I used to make a lot of t-shirts that weren't really related to my comic, and I always had a big struggle of like, well, people came up because they thought that the shirt about beards was funny, or they thought that the shirt about cassette tapes was funny, but that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about. But at least it gives me like an entry point of like, I'm here promoting my comic. With these pins, people really like them. They're very striking and eye-catching, and I can immediately point to my comic and say, it's from this. There are characters who have that design in this book. So I like that. I like having products that I can use to push what I'm there to promote. So, yay! Aside from that, it was just a really good show. I always like doing Cedar Rapids Comic Con. It was a lot of fun to share a table with Jet this year. Yeah, it's always a really good show. It's a great way to start out the convention season, is not only with a show right here in Iowa, but just a really productive and great show. Also, a really cool thing that I got to do at the show, aside from sell stuff, talk to people about comics, was I got to sit on a panel hosted by Adam Vermillion of Panels and Pizza. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to put links down below where you can actually go and listen to the podcast. It's me, some of my bros from Candlelight Press, my brother from another mother, Austin Hamblin, and myself talking about making comics in Iowa. I think it was pretty interesting. It's super fun to talk about that stuff. I always really enjoy doing panels. And it was cool that it was hosted by someone who does a comic podcast, which Panels and Pizza is pretty great. I've listened to a couple episodes now. You guys should definitely check it out. And yeah, you can listen to the whole podcast wherever you get podcasts from, or wherever I link to that podcast. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thanks very much for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. You be sure to keep your stick on the ice.